There's a genre of game called roguelikes, which was inspired by this game called Rogue. Now, I think there should be a genre called portal-likes, which are, of course, inspired by Portal and Portal 2.
That should be its own genre.
Today, we're looking at a game called Magrunner Dark Pulse, and it absolutely fits this category, but adds some Lovecraftian horror as well.
It's your fate to die here. It's what he wants.
Well, I love Portal, and I love the work of H.P. Lovecraft, so this seemed like kind of a match made in heaven. This is like the two tastes that taste great together for me, except I didn't really like the way these two things tasted together, you know? Now, Magrunner really does have kind of a Portal-esque mechanic, except instead of shooting teleportation doorway type things, you're shooting magnetic charges, and the whole game is designed around this mechanic of charging things either with a red magnetic field or a green magnetic field. The light colors attract, the opposite colors repulse, and then there's this whole sequence of puzzles built around that with blocks and platforms and all kinds of moving parts. And it's got an interesting enough premise. It takes place in the future. It's a whole sci-fi thing where you're a mag runner and I don't know, some backstory of
Well, you're kind of a
future
mutant,
energy.
and then there's this guy named, like, Gamachi.
Yeah,
and
6 arms. And
you're a subject in, like, this testing
testing
thing.
chamber. Ah, that sounds original. You're in a testing
Well,
chamber.
it sort of gets off it once you get a little bit into it, and it gets a little bit darker. And that's when I started liking the game a little bit more. Once you lost a little bit of the polish and got to sort of the grimy, and the monsters started showing up. And it has some really good atmospheric moments, but, you know, the problem when you do like a Lovecraftian horror thing is I kind of want to be scared.
Again, I like the Lovecraft stuff. There's a moment early in the game where you see a monster devouring one of your fellow mag runners. That's when things kind of go off the rails. You go behind the scenes. There's dimensional portals. There's monsters coming in, being frozen in the works. You see Cthulhu at one point. I'm a big fan of the Cthulhu, man. You see him. At one point, you don't really interact with him, but you see him. I found once it was getting to the dark realm kind of portions, it was getting really hard. Like you get this little toy dog that acts as its own magnetic field, and you throw him out there, and the solutions to some of the puzzles were just so baffling. I'd go watch walkthroughs and like, I never in a million years would have guessed you gotta crawl up that wall on top of the block, using the dog, use the magnetic field thing to light it the way around the corner. It was just so baffling that I found the payoff wasn't worth the effort I was putting into it.
Well, and I think this is another one of those things where since the story is kind of just sort of told at you, and again, I don't know if they really cared all that much about it. I think it was just another, you know, a reason to sort of propel yourself into the next room. I mean, the game looks good,
Yeah.
you know, plays pretty well. If it was a horror thing, I think I wanted to be scared more.
You ready for this? I'm nervous, Kamachi.
It's pretty good for what it is. It's just, it is standing on the shoulder of giants.
Yeah.
And that's something that, you know, you play this game, you're gonna, if you've played Portal, you will always sort of look at it to be a little bit less.
Yeah, and you and I have looked at a lot of these games. We've looked at Quantum Conundrum, we looked at Cube. I liked both of those better than Magrunner. If you're a fan of this genre, Magrunner's worth a look, but I just don't think it measures up to the games that it's taking inspiration from. Based on that, I gotta give Magrunner Dark Pulse a 6.5.
I'm right there with you. I think it's a 6.